What's up, Danger? This is your friendly neighborhood Extreme Spidey Guy here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, directed by Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman. So, how is this movie made? Well, plans for an animated Spider-Man film by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were leaked in 2014 and announced in April 2015. Persichetti, Ramsey, and Rothman joined over the next 2 years with Moore and Schreiber cast in April 2017. Sorry, Spit. Lord and Miller wanted the film to have a unique style, combining computer animation with traditional hand-drawn comic book techniques inspired the works of Miles Morales' co-creator, Sara Pichelli. The film required up to 140 animators, the largest crew used by Sony Pictures Animation on a feature film. The film is dedicated to the memories of the creators of Spider-Man, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, who both died in April 2018. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse premiered at the Regency Theater in Los Angeles on December 1st, 2018, and was theatrically released in the US on December 14th in 2D, 3D, 4DX, Dolby Cinema, and IMAX 3D formats. The film grossed $348.3 million worldwide against a $90 million budget and received widespread praise from critics for its animation, characters, story, voice acting, and humor. The film won Best Animated Feature at the 91st Academy Awards, being the first non-Disney Pixar film to win the award since Rango in 2011, and was similarly successful at the 76th Golden Globe Awards, the 72nd British Academy Film Awards, and the 46th Annie Awards. Two sequels, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, are set to be released in June of this year and March of next year, respectively. A spin-off is also in development. So, what's the story of this movie? Well, bitten by a radioactive spider in the subway, just like with the first Sam Raimi and the first Amazing Spider-Man movies, Brooklyn teenager Miles Morales suddenly develops mysterious powers that transform him into the one and only Spider-Man. When he meets Peter Parker, he soon realizes that there are many others who share his special high-flying talents. Miles must now use his newfound skills to battle the evil Kingpin, a hulking madman who can open portals to other universes and pull different versions of Spider-Man into our world. So, what do I think of this movie? This movie is the best Spider-Man movie ever, and my second favorite animated film of all time, behind Toy Story, and the best Sony Pictures animated film of all time. Excuse me. And the film that definitely saved Sony Pictures Animation after the Emoji Movie. Great voice acting from Shameik Moore, Jake Johnson, Haley Steinfeld, Marcia Ali, Brian Tyree Henry, Lily Tomlin, Luna Lauren Velez, John Mulaney, Kimiko Glenn, Nicolas Cage, and Liev Schreiber. Miles Morales was definitely a great protagonist as well, and he starts off his story as he goes into this college, and then he paints graffiti with his father, who is also Marcia Ali definitely does an awesome job playing the Prowler as well. His uncle Aaron Davis, also known as the Prowler. And then he gets bitten by a radioactive spider, and then he knows a Spider-Man comic book, and he knows the powers of Spider-Man very well. And then Kingpin shot his Uncle Aaron, just like how Uncle Ben died in the first Sam Raimi film in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film from 2002 and the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man film from 2002 as well. And the final battle with him and the Kingpin was definitely awesome as well. And Jake Johnson and Chris Pine definitely do an awesome job voicing Spider-Man in this movie. And Spider-Man was definitely a great mentor to Miles Morales. And luckily that the origin story of Spider-Man focused on a different character and not Peter Parker this time, which is a good thing, though. Haley Steinfeld definitely does an awesome job voicing Gwen Stacy, and the side characters are definitely awesome as well. And Nicolas Cage does a great performance in this movie as well as the Spider-Man Noir, and John Mulaney is this great comic relief as well, Spider-Ham. Brian Tyree Henry does an awesome job playing Miles' dad as well. And the Kingpin was definitely a phenomenal villain as well, and Liev Schreiber did an awesome job portraying him as well as voicing him. And I know he wants to get his family back because they died, and he didn't know he wanted to build a collider, how to get them, and how he was fighting like Spider-Man, and then his parents, like his wife and son, knew how knew the monster he was becoming, which is like very emotional in my opinion. The opening was definitely awesome about how Peter Parker's Spider-Man Peter Parker's Spider-Man told us a story about how he was popular, and he even had a theme song, which is a nice throwback to the 1967 Spider-Man show. And the ending was definitely awesome as well. When Spider-Man 2099 came out, was traveling to the original Spider-Man universe from 1967, and it was a nice throwback to the 1967 Spider-Man cartoon, and that post-credit scene was also a nice throwback to the 1967 Spider-Man cartoon, like I said. And I like how this movie also was dedicated to Stan Lee and Steve Ditko as well. And I did like Stan Lee's cameo in this movie as well. The ending where Miles Morales tells his story about Spider-Man was definitely awesome as well. And even Gwen Stacy tells her origin story about Spider-Man as well. Now, are there any bad qualities I have with Into the Spider-Verse? Well, absolutely not. So that's all I'm going to talk about it, and here's how I'm going to rate it. I am going to give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a full, solid 10 out of 10. So tell me your thoughts on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's overrated? Just let me know in the comments below. And coming up next will be the review of Spider-Man Far From Home. And until next time, with great power comes great responsibility.